Odd Conduit Media.
What's it gonna be?
You are now listening to the
Hyrule Podcasters! Rumble, rumble. Hello to all of the evil, aggressive manifestations of shadows out there. Welcome to another episode of
Hyrule Podcasters!
Hey, listen! I'm your co-host, Pat.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
On this audio-only Let's Play, we venture through each game in Nintendo's Zelda franchise.
Yep. We're pretty practiced gamers, but we're not experts or purists. We're just experiencing each game start to finish.
And this season, we're playing The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
And importantly, I like that. Like, you really...
The Ocarina.
You're really representing that O there.
Yeah. And more importantly, as Ben was going to say before I so rudely interrupted him, right now, we are smack dab in the middle of...
Ben getting roasted by Dark Link.
We're in the Water Temple. Dark Link got the best of Ben.
He did.
You know, I like dying to enemies. Like, I think a boss should be difficult.
I think we've died 4 times in our playthrough so far.
Was I 3 of them?
I don't know. I'm not keeping track.
I think it's more than 4. I think you've died 4 or 5, and I think I died that one time I played. No?
I mean, like, game over death, no. Die and then get resurrected by a fairy? Absolutely.
Oh, I wasn't counting those. Remember when you were fighting those lizards? Didn't they get you twice?
I remember dying to them once, I think.
Lizards, you died to the lizards once, you've died to Shadow Link. Hey, listeners out there.
Go back and re-listen to the first 12 episodes. Keep track. Let us know. We'll give you a hat.
We'll give you a hat. If you tell us how many times we died, we'll mail you a hat.
I mean, ideally, we'll hand deliver it, but yeah, we'll mail it to you if we have to.
If we have to. Wow, we're just going for it.
Well, we're trying to save on shipping cost,
Yeah. How many times did you die playing the final boss in Metroid Dread?
I don't know. Maybe 30?
Yeah. I was like 30, 40.
Like yeah,
it took
30,
me a few
40
hours.
Yeah, I mean, it probably, I would say total game time against the boss, including the run up to the boss and everything, I'd say probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a very good Dark Souls boss.
Yeah.
And the thing is just like in both Dark Souls bosses, when you beat them, you take 0 damage. I mean, I ended it with,
Really?
full health. Yeah, I was fine, So you just
I ended up only taking 1 or 2 hits that last playthrough too. I have a saved. Are you drinking a Dos Equis?
I love Mexican lager, dude.
Yeah, cervezas.
Yeah, so this is a very unusual nighttime for Ben recording of the intro.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Our normal recording slot is Monday afternoon for both of us, but this is Friday and this comes out on Sunday. Always Friday, on top of it.
Comes out on Sunday. We already actually recorded a little peek behind the curtain.
Ooh.
We recorded the episode you're about to listen to. We do that sometimes. And we come back in after having a full week to talk about stuff in the intro. Why do we do that?
On Monday we recorded the gameplay.
Right.
But the problem is we have an hour and 15 booked. And we just knew we needed to get the gameplay done because that was the time when we definitely had an hour and 15 minutes together.
Right.
Whereas this is we could pop on for 15 minutes and do this whenever.
Yeah. We also have a new setup, which we won't go into crazy technical detail, but Ben is now playing the game on a really big screen on a different computer than he was using, and he finally got his microphone gear so that his microphone doesn't sit in a shoe anymore while we record, and it's on a mic stand. It looks great over there.
Yeah, when I don't have any of our gear on, but we will definitely Pat will take a screen grab of me with the new stuff. We'll put it on social media.
There you go. Here, I'll get in the picture too.
There you go.
What are some all-time really tough bosses that you can think of off the top of your head?
Yeah, definitely Gwyn from Dark Souls 1. Mm-hmm. Incredibly difficult.
Is that the final boss?
That's the final boss in the first game.
Okay.
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
So I was listening to the most recent episode. Patrick gives the spoiler and then says spoiler alert. You're like,
What did I spoil? Was it something about Mario?
No, I think it was spoiler alert for The Adventure of Link.
Oh, right.
You spoiled that you fight Dark Link in that game.
Oh,
but you went, yeah, this is just like in Zelda 2 when you fight Dark Link. Spoiler alert!
It's a little out of order. My bad.
Goodness.
So
It's
you
all
can
right.
just assume this is just a blanket spoiler alert for all the games we've already played in this podcast.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Is that fair? I won't spoil any games that we have played, but this is a blank spoiler alert for all future references to past games that we've played in previous seasons.
Absolutely.
I remember Sigma being really tough in Mega Man X.
Oh,
multiple stages, like the final fight.
Mm-hmm. Kefka in Final Fantasy VI.
And I feel like
kind of leveled properly.
Yeah. Once you get hit once, something like the confidence is a real thing, you know, like you're going into this boss like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you get a little far and then it gets you the first time and you're like frazzled sometimes. Got to put it down, come back later.
Patrick, can you give me your 35 seconds on the Nintendo Direct from this week?
I only read the chat while you guys were watching it.
Solid.
Maybe I should pitch that at you instead.
I was actually going to have you do 35 seconds, and then I was going to pitch right back to you and be like, and that was your Zelda Minute. Here we go.
Oh, you're just trying to get out of work. You're just trying to get out of work. What did happen in the Nintendo Direct? Is that what you're going to talk about on your Zelda Minute? Is there any Zelda news?
There was no Zelda news in there. That was
okay.
gonna be the funny thing. Like you were gonna be doing it, and there's gonna be no Zelda news, and I was gonna make fun of you next time. Be like, wow, you couldn't even cover anything Zelda in the Zelda news, Patrick.
You were like setting me up for a long joke. Too bad I
was.
didn't know any of the information about the Nintendo Direct. My bad. Ruined Ben's intro shtick.
Well, real quick, I am very excited about the Mario Strikers, the new Mario
sick.
Soccer game.
They got a brand new Mario Soccer game coming?
Yeah, I loved that on the GameCube, I think. So much fun. Yeah,
that's a really fun one.
Yeah, and it's like 4-on-4. Well, it's 5-on-5 with goalies, but 4-on-4, and you can play all 8 people can be in person together. And I'm just like imagining that chaos like downstairs in the movie theater. Can you imagine people playing on that screen? Oh my god, it'd be amazing.
Can you play it with your buddies?
You can
that live across the country too.
Well, importantly, you can also make a team of, or like a team or like a club. Oh yeah, club of like 20 people are all in like the club, and then your club plays matches against other clubs and tries to be the best club in the world.
No way.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know who you are out there, Simon, Basil, David. Y'all better buy it, and we're gonna do it. Tommy, Robbie. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
And everybody else that I share my family plan for Switch Online with.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, hit us up.
I'm still trying to get people to buy that Mario Party game. I got a couple. I got a couple holdouts.
Such a good game.
Workings that turn into currency, but pretty much it's a return to form. And so I'm playing through Mega Man 9 for the 3rd time now.
What system do you have that on?
Switch. Crystal got me that for Christmas. The Mega Man Legacy Collection.
Oh, very cool.
So now I own Mega Man 2 on. Let's see. I have it for the NES. I have it for the 3DS.
2.
I have it for. I have the NES Classic.
3.
I had it on my iPhone. I'll count that one.
4.
I have it for the Wii U.
5.
I have a collection of the original Mega Man games for GameCube as well. 6. And then I have this for Switch. So that's at least 7. And I might be missing one. If they released it another way, I probably own that too. But I have Mega Man 2 on at least 7 systems.
I like
and
it.
it is not my favorite from the original series.
And that's the one with like Airman in it, right? That's
certainly.
Put back
in the water temple, floating to the top of the water, and Ben climbs up into the temple.
Do you see my hearts in magic meter right now?
Oh, you have not been watching your magic meter. And Ben is pressing start. He's going straight into the start menu to equip the ocarina.
And we're going to go to the fire temple.
All right, Ben's
down
going
A, down
the
A,
fire temple.
right down, right down. Okay.
So, last episode, Ben found Dark Link in the water temple, and Dark Link kicked his booty!
Kicked my booty.
He did not overcome his shadow. It happens sometimes.
Happens to the best of us.
So Ben's going to go refill a bit and get some stuff. We're back in the Death Mountain crater. And we have to...
So that was interesting. So we only have 24 seconds that we can stay in here unless we turn on our or equip our tunic.
In Metroid, I love running through the parts of the world that I'm not supposed to be in and trying to get, like, rocket upgrades and things like that before I have the correct armor to be in a really cold place or a really hot place. And I always die, and I rarely ever get... But sometimes you get that tank, Sometimes you get that upgrade.
Yeah.
And it's totally worth it. Sometimes, though, I've gotten myself into situations where I have to, like... go backwards in the game, get a game over or whatever, because I kind of soft lock myself out trying to do stuff like that. And it's hard to do nowadays.
Right.
I was trying to do that in Metroid Dread, and it's just not designed to be able to jump ahead. I'm excited to like watch some speedrunners and some people who have found tricks eventually.
Yeah, there's some pretty crazy sequence breaking in that game, is my understanding.
What do you mean?
Sequence breaking is when you go out of order from what they originally expected you to do.
Oh, and there's a bunch of stuff that you can do in that game, huh?
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like sequence breaking. It sounds like a hip hop term. Sequence some drum breaks. You know what I'm saying? All right, Ben got a fairy. Ben ate a fairy.
Oh no!
Ben pulled the fairy out of the bottle immediately for some reason and just gave it to himself.
I did not mean to do that, everybody. Apologies all around.
Apologies all around.
All around. Yeah, I'm wondering, do you know, I just came here because I was like, well, where's some place that I can go that I know that I can just pick up fairies? But, I'm sure there are places in the
overworld.
Yeah, but I'm just not, I just don't know that off the top of my head. Do you know of any?
No.
Okay.
I do not know Hyrule like that in this game, and I do not remember us finding any fairies out in the overworld.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't remember finding any either.
But I like that you're going off memory instead of just going and picking stuff up. And the water temple definitely got you. You had to look some stuff up. Dark Link beat you.
Hard level, yeah.
Are you dumping out a Poe?
No. And we know you don't dump out Poes. What do you do with them?
Oh, you drink them. So you were dumping out some fire. Oh, better get that fairy. Nice. Got one fairy, and the other one's right behind you. Better grab it before it gets you. Okay.
I got it.
You got the second one.
I'm a pro gamer. I got it.
You're a pro gamer. We got to change the intro. We're going to say, we're pro gamers, and then everybody can come at us. I hesitate to call myself a pro gamer just because I don't want to get flack for not being a pro gamer. And this is the hardest dungeon that we've encountered in this game. Do you think it's harder than the Ice Palace in A Link to the Past?
Oh yeah, I don't think that level is that hard.
Okay. Do you think it's harder than the City in the Sky and Twilight Princess, which you just played through?
Oh no, I played Skyward Sword.
Oh, okay. So I guess we can't really compare it to that. Do you think it's harder than the Great Palace in Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link?
Well, I mean,
remember the Thunderbird?
Yeah, that you played.
It's not even the temple's final boss.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, that was a really tough level, and aside from the tricky mechanics in that game, That's a really tough one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's up there. What else do we got? I mean, Death Mountain in the original Legend of Zelda is a really tough one too.
Oh, that's a very that. I think the original Turtle Rock, Death Mountain, whatever it's called, is probably the hardest dungeon, just because there are so many warps that you can do just to go all over the place.
Yeah. So you think that one's harder than Water Temple then?
Yeah.
What about the Sand Ship and Skyward Sword?
I actually played that fairly recently, and I think I breezed through that.
Okay. So by the way, I got this list from Ranker.com of the hardest Zelda dungeons.
I was like, you're just pulling these out of like your head. I was very impressed.
Very impressive, right? I like to lead you on and then give the citation. So for a moment, you think I'm brilliant.
You just did the research.
I did the research, and doing the research is a good thing. You know, grad school is a testament to how difficult research can truly be. Okay, so we're back in the water, and we have re-entered the temple.
Back in the Water Temple, we got full hearts. We got 2 fairies. We're feeling pretty good.
Ben's going straight to Dark Link, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Oh yeah, straight to Dark Link. Yeah, it's quite a walk though. We got some bad guys. We gotta kill.
We got some baddies. Ben's gonna get got by some Tektites. Ben did not refill his magic meter.
I didn't know where to do that actually.
And Din's Fire seemed to be one of his few attacks that worked against Dark Link. Do you have a strategy for Dark Link this time?
I do.
Are you gonna tell the listeners at home, or are you gonna? Or are you just gonna go for it?
No.
If you want to keep it a secret.
Listeners at home don't get to know what the secret is. They gotta figure it out themselves.
Wow, I think he's gonna end up saying it when he's in the battle. So while we're wandering through the Water Temple, I'll talk a little bit about the genius, the brilliant man, A.G. Aonuma, who designed this temple. You know, he was a big fan of water diving, deep sea diving, and he designed the mechanics in this level around that. Have you ever been scuba-ing?
I have never scubaed. Have you scubaed?
I have not scubaed.
Do you have a desire to scuba?
I do have a desire to scuba. I want to do all the water things. Any of the water things. Get closer to the edge and you'll be able to hit it probably. So Ben's back in the room with the waterfall where he's trying to get onto these slowly descending platforms. Yeah, I would love to scuba. In fact, I was thinking the other day, they got satellites in the sky. Everybody's got a cell phone, camera. Even space is covered in satellites. You know, there's drones, there's airplanes, there's cameras everywhere. But where can't you take your cell phone? Into the depths of the ocean.
Underwater.
We're not even. I mean, and sure. I know that I'm gonna catch actually my iPhone is waterproof, but your body is not deep sea proof. Like, you will get crushed by the immense pressure down there. So, in order to truly go off the grid, I am gonna start a crowdfund campaign to buy me a submarine. You think it's gonna work?
Ooh, I like that.
I'll take an old one. I'll take one from World War II. That's fine with me, as long as it works and it comes with a crew of drunken sailors that know what they're doing but take a lot of risks.
In case you're wondering, I am back in that Anubis statue room, where Patrick expertly guided me through solving the puzzle the last time.
Not purely, though. I'm holding on to the fact that we're not purists, even if we're becoming experts very quickly. I think it's important to humble ourselves in the intro and then unhumble ourselves afterwards. So Ben's going to hit this switch again, bing, with the hook shot, and then the dogs go down, and then he hooks across, and then the dogs come back up. It's a lot of ups and downs.
A lot of oops and downs, as the kids say.
As the kids have been saying for years now.
They
stay kids.
So, and then this Tektite is going to show up, and we're going to try and kill it without taking a hit.
Ben slicing at the Tektite.
Get out of here.
Hit it once.
Get out of here.
Hit it twice, and it didn't hit him at all.
Get out of here.
Still doesn't have any magic.
That's okay.
He's just getting hearts from the Tektites.
Yeah, they're not giving me arrows either. They're being little greedy boys.
Do you have any arrows?
No.
I thought you were 0 on the arrows.
0 on the arrows.
Ben is just like he kind of refilled. He got fairies, but he didn't get weapons. He didn't get magic. He's risking it. He's taking risks, like those sailors in my submarine. By the next episode, I'm gonna have a crowdfunding campaign going to buy me a submarine so that I can go off the grid for a little bit.
Hey, we got some arrows.
We'll have to pre-record the podcast because I'll be living in a submarine. So Ben now approaches a like, and he's going to hookshot to it, which I don't think he should do, but he just thinks that it's cool that it stuns and brings him to it. Oh, boy. And it's stunned, and he's trying to slice it, and he's trying to slice it. He's really close to it. He got 8.
Oh, no!
8 by the like.
Oh, no!
8 by the like.
Oh, no!
Yo, it took his shield and his tunic. I told you not to do that. I told you not to do that. And you did it anyway. I knew that you were going to get got. You didn't even oh my gosh.
I'm so confused why I just didn't attack it.
Because you didn't do it well enough.
Like right there. It just didn't attack him last time. Not my fault.
No, it was definitely all your fault.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you get it back.
Oh,
you
got the tunic back. Jeez. Thank goodness it didn't digest it. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I was so scared. I had lost it.
Go get the rest of those rupees. What are you doing, bro?
I have 200. I can't pick up any more, bro.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Just throwing that bro right back in my face.
All right, here we go. We're back here. We're at Darklink.
Face our shadow once again. And Ben is saving.
I'm saving. I'm now equipping the shield. And we're going to go old school. We're going to have the green. We're going to rock the green tunic.
Okay. Rocking the green tunic.
Okay. Here we go.
So Ben passes the tree, and his shadow stays. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't exist anymore. It must have just, you must have dropped it off. Oh, no, we still got a tiny bit of a shadow. And there's Dark Link standing right by the tree. Okay, so battle has commenced. And Ben just clink, clink, clink. He can't get a hit in. He cannot get a hit in. Every hit that he takes is given back to him.
Got him.
Exactly. Okay, he got Dark Link once. And he's crouching.
Got him again.
He's just going straight for the sword. How are you doing this? And he
I logged on to ZeldaDungeon.net, and they told us to you can't lock on.
No Z targeting? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the technique that they've taught you to use this entire game, the innovative technique on this guy,
you can't do.
It's like in Star Wars when Link, takes the visor off and uses the Force and blows up the Death Star. Spoiler alert! You got to take away your guidance control.
There we go. Got him again. All right.
Oh, this is going so much better than it did last time. Oh, except for when Dark Link jumps on your sword and then backflips off of it, which is really cool. Ben's kind of flailing. I would say your fighting technique right now is close to that of a flailer. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I am at least purposely throwing in some magic spins just to try and get it.
Yeah, he is doing some magic spins. Clank, 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 spin, clank, 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 spin. Dark Link's doing backflips.
Got him again.
Dark Link's hitting back. Oh, and Dark Link got hit again. And so when Dark Link gets hit, he goes into the water again. We are in a room where there seem to be no walls. There's just a fog, a glowing mist all around us. Ben got another hit in, and there's a dead tree.
Yeah, but I've taken what,
some
5
rubble.
hits? Does he take a heart each time he hits me, or does he take a half?
Ben is 5 hearts down, and Dark Link got hit
so
again.
He takes a half a heart, so he's hit me like 10 times.
11
Oh, that was
times.
it?
And there he goes. And he sinks back into the water on the ground that we've been fighting on. Good job. Oh, and now the fog around us clears. It was like we were in the holodeck. And now we are in a room with blue bricks.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of the temple.
Blue ornaments, and it looks like the rest of the temple all of a sudden. And we approach a chest. I don't know what's in this chest. This is an exciting moment for me. What is it going to be?
What is it going to be?
Oh, the long shot.
The long shot. It's an upgraded hook shot. It extends twice as far.
Now that makes sense why there's so many puzzles that you could almost get with the hook shot, but couldn't quite because they were just out of reach. So Ben approaches a tile on the floor that looks like it has a sun.
Oh, it's the blue time block. There's a blue time block right here.
A blue time block. And so he plays Zelda's Lullaby. And it didn't work, so Ben's going to try again, I assume. Busts that ocarina out. All right, here we go. Is it going to work this time?
Oh.
Nope, it didn't work this time.
Hey, isn't that the same design that's on the Door of Time? Oh, right. You got to play the Song of Time to move to move the time blocks.
Not Zelda's Lullaby. Maybe I'll cut that out and use it as a blooper. Maybe not. Who knows?
Okay. Right A, down, right A, down. Right A, down, right A. Okay. Okay.
This one always reminds me of like some Irish, some Irish or Scottish music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You were big into the Chieftains when we were kids.
There we go.
There we go. We had to focus there for a moment. Give you
those of you watching on the Patreon feed, you'll see me close my eyes in concentration.
Mm-hmm. And everybody else can just imagine.
Yep. Or you can sign up to be a $5 Patreon and you can see us do this.
If you give us $5 a month.
Hey, Klapka, be careful. Don't get swallowed by the vortexes. Okay, so we're now in a snake-like room.
Snake-like room.
So we're going to put our tunic back on, and we're going to put our iron boots back on, and we're going to say...
The iron boots! Yeah, give us $5 a month and you can watch us play. I'm not wearing a Zelda shirt today. I usually have a Zelda shirt on. Ben's disappointed.
All right, we're going to pop one of these fairy boys.
He shook his head. We're going to pop a fairy boy so that we gain hearts back.
All right, here we go.
And now we're jumping into the water. And there's a waterfall that Ben's going to hop off of. We're kind of making our way with these iron boots through a corridor that's filled with water. Ben's fighting a current, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
There's some hearts. There's a whirlpool up here. And Ben can't seem to make it up the hill, but he keeps sliding back down. We'll see if he makes it this time. He rolls to the top, and he gets it. And now, at this point, their arms swing around. This reminds me of that level in GoldenEye where you're on the ship and you have to free the hostages.
Oh, yeah.
That is a tough level. Always takes me forever. Freeing hostages is a lot of stress for me. You know, there's a lot less sneaking around than I thought that there'd be in this Gerudo's Fortress. I think there's much more in the Wind Waker.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't have a
thieves.
Yeah, you don't have a sword in that game, right? Like, at that point, you know, when you're sneaking around. Yeah, because
you're just starting off, and so you can't take anybody out. So you just kind of got to do it. I'm very excited to get to Wind Waker. I love that game. Absolutely love that game. So Ben's back up in the hallway, looking to snipe some Gerudo thieves. He got one, and he's getting another. He got another. Hit her in the ponytail, and hit her in the jaw.
All right, so we're back in this room that had this giant pot of stew cooking.
Yum.
And we went right the last time we were in here, and this time we went left.
We went left, and you know what? We feel good about it. We're feeling great about it. How are you? And there's an empty cell. Ben was hoping that this would be a cell he hadn't approached yet. He's kind of trying to get trying to find his way without using a gun. Really hard right now to get out of this hit, and he finally did. You should probably get whatever was in those chests.
Well, no, I haven't made it across yet.
Oh, you made it back. You went the other.
Well, yeah, I was just trying to get out.
Ben's gonna see if he could arrow this thief, this guard.
No.
And they are impervious to our attacks. So Ben's gonna have to try another method He's kind of contemplating what he's going to do. He's up top here, looking down. Maybe he's going to snipe all the Gerudos at the bottom. Oh! Nope, he's not going to do that. Oh, he is going to do that. He gets one down. He's aiming. Now, these are pretty long-distance shots. He gets another. He's doing pretty well. This one's a moving target. So Ben waits till she pauses, and then he shoots her. Now, he's kind of scared to jump down because he knows there's a guard that he can't attack.
Right.
But he does it anyway. He comes in over here, and we are about to...
Okay, so we've gone in there.
We've gone in this door, correct?
Correct, yep.
Have we gone in this door over here?
I believe we've come out of this door.
Okay.
Let's see.
Thieves hide out.
Yep.
And there's a cell that appears to be empty still. And he comes out and he goes back in this door, which we've already been in. And is that a thief? Is that a thief? Oh, no. Is that a prisoner? Oh! No, that's Beetle!
Ah! Beetle!
What's up, Beetle? How you doing, man? What are you doing in here? You want me to read this? Okay. Sure, yeah. Cat must have got your tongue this week. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to continue our spotlight on the war in Ukraine. Beetle heard a podcast this week that interviewed Romeo Krokriatsky, who's a Ukraine-based journalist and managing editor at New Voice Ukraine. And he also has a podcast, Ukraine Without Hype, which is the only independent Ukrainian-run English-language weekly podcast covering the biggest stories from Ukraine. Unsurprisingly, their latest weekly episodes have covered their on-the-ground coverage of the war. Hey, if you're looking for news from the front, then be sure to listen weekly to Ukraine Without Hype. Thanks, Beetle. That's super thoughtful of you. But maybe you should get out of this dungeon. It's kind of dangerous in here.
All right, so we kicked him out. We kicked Beetle out because he was just gonna find himself in trouble.
Yeah, Beetle, come on. You gotta get out of here. No place for a merchant. Although, I think that they have the right to guard their own fortress.
That is, I mean, we are definitely
We're intruders.
We're intruders.
Yeah.
Yeah. What gives Link jurisdiction here, right?
Right.
Am I
Exactly.
right?
But
All right.
we're just doing our best. Sometimes a hero is so.
Hey, look, there's a gold skull shell.
There's a gold skull shell. One man's hero is another man's villain, as it were.
That was weird.
That it wouldn't let you do it.
Yeah, I felt like I was hitting it, but.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is the last door that we haven't gone through.
Oh, hey.
So as we first come in here, look at that. There's a guard right there.
Yes. Which means that we're probably getting to where we're going.
Yep.
Hey, check this out. So, we've been trying to find a kitchen table for our new...
Oh, what happened there? I've been playing too much Dark Souls. I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
Ben pressed the wrong button. So Ben's back in his cell. He has to navigate back to where he was. But he knows where he's going this time. So Crystal and I have been looking for a kitchen table, right? And we're trying to get one from an estate sale or a secondhand store.
Sure.
We don't really like to buy new.
Sure.
For the wallet and the earth. So it's been it's been every time you call that should be your ringtone. It's been
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
It's been
No, what I should do is I should set that as like Jenny's like text message sound when I send her a text message.
Great idea.
And then I'll just when I get a hold of other people's phones, I'll just
switch it up.
I'll just switch it.
It's been.
It's been.
It's too good. That's too good.
Oh my god.
So, it's been months we've been living here, and we've been using this tiny table as a dining room table, and it just, it's tiny. And it doesn't look great. So Crystal was like, look, I'm Swedish. Let's just get this dope table from IKEA.
Cool.
Okay. we'll go out to some estate sales this weekend, and if we don't find a table, we'll get the IKEA table you want. Now, out here in Portland, there are these things called Buy Nothing groups. They're little Facebook groups that you're a part of, and people just give stuff away. It's in your neighborhood, and you say, hey, I got a rabbit cage in the backyard, which I do, and nobody wants. And you give it away. Or you say, hey, I'm looking for clothes for a 4-year-old, and somebody's like, oh, yeah, I got a bunch of those. So guess what somebody was giving away in our Buy Nothing group?
The IKEA table?
The exact IKEA table that Crystal wanted. And we went and got it yesterday. And it wouldn't fit in the car, so the dude drove it over here for us. Isn't that incredible?
I have no idea where you came from, but that must have taken a lot of guts to move that table over here. I mean, to make it past all the guards around here.
We found our last prisoner.
All of my fellow carpenters are imprisoned somewhere in here.
Little do you know.
If you can get us out of here, we'll repay the favor somehow.
I have a
but
feeling
be careful.
It's gonna be a crappy
There's
favor.
sure to be a Gerudo guard somewhere around here. Whoa! Watch out!
And there's the Gerudo guard. Poof, out of nowhere.
Oh, there's hit number one.
Ben's going for it. She's got the open scythe stance. That's what those things are called, right?
I would not describe them as scythes.
He's just letting me get away with it the whole episode. I'll go back in and edit it. What are they? They're like curved sabers.
Curved blades, yeah, definitely. More like, maybe like, a scimitar?
A scimitar?
Yeah, Google search a scimitar real quick.
Okay, I'm going to Google search a scimitar while you take... Oh, yeah! Single-edged sword with a convex curved blade associated with Middle Eastern, South Asian. All right. I can't believe you were letting me just say scythe the whole time. I don't even know if that's how...
Oh, I got a hit, but I hit her at the same time, and it didn't capture me.
Oh.
I just barely got that last one in there.
Yes, good job. We open the cage, and...
I was afraid you were going to forget about me. Now I'm free. Thanks. I'm Shiro, the carpenter. For rescuing me, I'll tell you something interesting about the desert that I overheard the Gerudos talking about. They said, in order to cross the haunted wasteland, you'll need the Eye of Truth. The Colossus is on the far side of the wasteland. Okay, now I'm going back to my tent near Gerudo Valley, so drop by sometime. You may find something helpful there. Bye!
He definitely did a bye.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Oh, the Gerudo is talking to us now. What's up? I've seen your fine work. To get past the guards here, you must have good thieving skills. I used to think that all men besides the great Ganondorf were useless. But now that I've seen you, I don't think so anymore. The exalted Naburu, our leader, put me in charge of this fortress. Naburu is the second in command to the great Ganondorf, king of the Gerudo thieves. Her headquarters are in the Spirit Temple, which is at the end of the deserts. Say, you must want to become one of us, eh? All right then, you're in from now on. Take this. With it, you will have free access to all areas of the fortress.
You obtain the Gerudo's membership card. You can get into the Gerudo's training ground in their hideout.
Oh, dang. I forgot that Ganon was their boss. That's kind of wild. From now on, you're free to come and go as you please through the gate to the desert. You'll find the Spirit Temple, where the exalted Naburu lives, out there in the desert.
All right, well, I guess I know where we're going now.
But didn't we already do the Spirit Temple?
We did the Shadow Temple, and we've done the Light Temple.
Oh, okay. So we haven't done the Spirit Temple. I was
Not yet.
bugging. Very good, very good.
Very good. All right, so let's head out there. What do you say?
I say let's head out there. That's pretty wild. I forgot that Ganon was the boss of the
that
Gerudos.
he was a Gerudo.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to add up. That's okay though.
Hey, newcomer.
They let us up the ladder and
What? You didn't like my voice for that one? I like.
It was great. You did a great job. You did a great job. Oh, let's see what this one has to say. It's you go again.
Hey, rookie. Are you going into the desert? I'll open this gate for you, but you can't cross the desert unless you pass the 2 trials. The first trial is the River of Sand.
Doesn't sound very sandy.
You can't walk across this river. After you cross it, follow the flags we place there. The second trial is the Phantom Guide. Those without eyes that can see the truth will only find themselves returning here.
All right.
You are going anywhere, aren't you? I won't stop you. Go ahead. And she claps.
Clap, clap.
And the gates, this huge gate made up of 17 tree trunks, opens in front of us.
17 tree trunks.
Well, I was going to just say 7, I have to admit. But I was like, wait, 7 doesn't sound that impressive. So I lied.
Uh-oh. See, that's what happens. You're hanging around with thieves, and you start lying. I can't believe I gave these people the benefit of the doubt when they're following Ganon.
Okay, so this sign says, Haunted Wasteland. If you chase a mirage, the desert will swallow you. Only one path is true.
I'm scared. Are you scared?
All right, well, I am equipping the Lens of Truth and our good friend, the Hover Boots.
Hover boots. Every now and then I float a little bit better on the center when I'm walking on it. Hover boots. Every now and then I under the haunted wasteland with my hover boots. Hover boots. Every now and then I slip and slide in the sand and it almost takes me over. Hover boots. Every now and then I use the long shot to bring me to a thing that's way across the way. Hover boots. Bright eyes. Every now and then I'm in the sandstorm.
All right, so I got through. All right, so I got over the river.
It's a sandy, dark area.
Yeah, this is really hard to see.
This is really hard to see.
All those reckless enough to venture into the desert, please drop by our shop, the Carpet Merchant.
Oh. Buy some stuff. We could use some more arrows.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going across a little bridge. There's somebody on a magic carpet right here.
Oh, you have to use the boots to get to him, though.
Oh, cool. Who dat? Well, come. I am selling stuff strange and rare from all over the world to everybody. Sigh. Today's special is a dangerous running object. Ooh, terrifying. I won't tell you what it is until I see the money. How about 200 rupees?
Oh, we're totally buying it.
We're totally buying it.
Oh.
Chew.
You got Bomb Chew. On the select item subscreen, you can set it to left, down, or right. Carry it and place it with C. This is a new type of bomb that can even crawl up walls. Aim well and release it.
Thank you very much. What I'm selling is Bomb Chew. The mark that will lead you to the Spirit Temple is the red flag on the left outside of the shop. Bye. Be seeing you. Thanks. So that character has his face almost entirely covered except for his nose that's coming out. He's sitting cross-legged. I've never seen him before, but he seems so familiar. I feel like I know another maybe not. Maybe it's all in my head.
Oh my god, dude. You had way too much fun with that.
So I do a weekly radio show out here in Portland.
Yeah.
And the host, Matt Funk, helps me with my, he like kind of interviews me every week while I pick out some vinyl records to play. And every time that we have too much fun on the radio show, he goes, "No, that's what you call horsing around on the radio." And I believe we have been horsing around on the podcast. So Ben made it rain. He made it rain. He made it rain on that Hyrule.
Yeah, so I saw something, I forget what thing I was looking at, but they said if you play the flags are just really hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
especially on just like newer televisions. And they said if you play the Song of Storms, the lightning will light up the flags. And so that's what I did.
Has there been any lightning?
Yeah. Look, now we're in like this place right here.
Oh, cool. It's very hard to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's very hard to see.
I can't recall ever making it to this point in the game.
There's something here to check out.
A tablet that's on the ground.
One with the eye of truth shall be guided to the spirit temple by an inviting ghost.
Nice. Oh, there's a Poe.
I'll be your guide on your way, but coming back I won't play. I'll show you the only way to go. So follow me, and don't be slow.
So we have to keep the lens of truth on.
I'm running as fast as I can.
Follow this Poe. And the Poe's got a little lantern, and we can Z-target the Poe, but if the Poe goes outside of our lens of truth, we're going to lose.
Oh, there's a bad guy.
And there's one of those little spiky pineapple things from the first. Oh, we're losing the Poe. It's scooting around. Oh, we got hit by the little bad guy. What are those things called? I can remember because we just
talked about them. Yeah.
We just talked about them. They pop up out of the sand and squirm around, and they got little spikes on their heads.
Yeah,
and
what did Mom think they looked like?
Is messing with us. Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
I always thought they looked like, beakers or flasks, like from like chemistry class.
Yeah, and I think Mom said pineapples. I think that was her.
Oh yeah.
I think that was her idea that they looked like pineapples. Okay, so we went through 2 flagpoles, and the Poe has led us into a new screen. Fade to brown.
Here we go.
All right. It's showing us the Desert Colossus, which is this. It has this huge statue in front of it. Looks like a big cave rock thing. Ben slicing. Why don't you get Navi to tell us what that is?
Lever.
That's what it is. A lever. And Ben is just getting rocked by like 6 of these things. And he charges up, and he didn't release in time. He got a little too greedy. He wanted them all, but he's just going to have to take out 2 of them at a time. There he goes. He gets all of his hearts back. Oh, yeah. Very good. Get those hearts. Oh, my gosh. They just keep coming back, Ben. I don't think that...
I'm running.
Get away. Run away. Like those little carpenters. Is there a bird in the sky? You see like a vulture.
There are
off
definitely
to the
some
side.
birds in the sky.
Ben, your room went dark.
Oh, my lights turned off. Alexa, turn on the library light.
I wonder if anybody listening at home had this playing out loud and has a library light Alexa connection, and we just turned on their light.
Okay, so the sun has come up. Oh, we just got
By this little purple bird.
by a Gouet.
It's a cute one. It's got a pretty long tail.
All right, so
consisting of
we are
2
going to enter the
triangles.
Colossus here.
There we go. Enters the Colossus. That's a Mr. Liff album from like.
We're in the
19...
spirit. Oh! I'm in the spirit temple and I'm getting attacked by pots.
The pots just jumped up and flew at him. Wow. We have already entered the spirit temple. Oh my gosh. There's statues that come alive.
Oh, Armoros. We haven't seen those since we were a little baby boy. Oh, wait. Hold on.
What's up?
Well, I'm here in the temple. I just got rid of those things. There is a little hole, like what we saw when we were a kid earlier. And there is a door that...
With the crescent moon and the fairy.
I can't move that. So we really can't do anything. Hold on here. Give me a sec.
I'm giving you a sec.
There are these awesome cobras. Let's see here. Oh, we can check. If you want to proceed to the past, you should return here with the pure heart of a child.
Well, that's pretty direct.
All right, that's what that one says. What's the other one say? Well, no, because... Oh, man. I thought I looked at this right. What is that
Ben's
one?
back studying the map, just completely astonished that he missed a small treasure chest. Are you going to warp back to the beginning of the dungeon? What do you think? Ben's thinking now. He's got his thinking face on. He's moving his mustache around.
No, I'm not. I'm going.
You're gonna swim over there? You're not gonna warp? Can we warp to the beginning of the dungeon in this game?
I don't know, but I do know.
But you can hear the pain in Ben's voice. We are playing this dungeon for you, so that you don't have to go through the excruciating pain of playing. You must travel back through time's flow. Listen to this requiem of spirit. This melody will lead a child back to the deserts. All right, let's see if you can do it. You did it! You did it! We're playing the song. The owl's right
the
there.
owl's there.
I hope Ben gets to do his voice again. Has it been a while since I did the voice? Hey, let's all be friends.
So we're just getting a nice cinematic here of the desert. We got the owl flying away. We got Link and Sheik doing their duet thing. You have learned the Requiem of Spirits.
All right. We got a new song. Sheik's standing there in front of us. We're looking at Sheik. Sheik hasn't disappeared this time. Something on it. And then you play the game again using the Prima Guide. Those were the days.
All right.
I know in the first... Okay, we're back in this room, and Ben can easily hookshot his way up it. It's a very vertical room. And Ben is just hookshotting his way to the top like a...
Well, no, I want to be on the first floor.
Oh, Ben wants to be on the first floor, so he's hookshotting his way to the first floor.
I'm on the right floor now. Okay.
And he's going to go...
I guess the question is, oh man, I just don't know if I should raise the water level or not.
That's the question in the water temple that everybody has.
Well,
it's the big question.
Yeah, let's see how far we can get without raising the water. So
Okay.
we got to go. You remember this? Remember this guy right here?
Yeah. So there's a eyeball that Ben shoots, and it raises a gate.
That earlier
on a
we couldn't
platform
hookshot far
behind.
enough.
And bang, Ben will release the hook shot, get through the gate right as it closes. In fact, it closed on him, but he managed to get through it anyway. Very close call there. Definitely a time. So now we're in a corridor, and there is a block blocking our way that we put here earlier.
Oh yeah, remember when we moved that earlier?
Mm-hmm. And that...
Okay, that wasn't bad at all.
And so now he kicks this chest, and I hope that it's a key and not rupees. Okay, it is a small key. That would have been kind of a bummer. huh?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
A couple hearts and a couple pots. And now we're going to make our way back to where we were now that we have the small key.
Yeah, I was, and I got to say, I don't know how to do that. I don't know that we could have done anything differently, in all honesty.
Nah.
I mean, we kind of had to go. I saw
so.
2 chests, and I kind of had to pick one to go to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you made the right choice. What do you think's in the other chest?
The boss key.
Oh, yeah, of course, the boss.
Yeah.
So we haven't really gotten into the whole mythology and the official Zelda timeline yet. Just because we haven't really played enough games to make it make sense. I think that once Ocarina is done, we can really start to put the pieces together, because this game is the pivotal moment in the Zelda timeline.
Absolutely.
That kind of shoots the realities off in different directions. But I will say that while the Zelda timeline may haunt many players for the rest of their lives because of its needless complexity, there's at least its connections to games like Wind Waker and the Twilight Princess are relatively simple, as they lie close to the Ocarina of Time on the timeline, and we're always meant to have connections to it. Twilight Princess is much more blatant about its nods to Ocarina, as seen with the first 3 dungeons being themed exactly the same with the forest, mountain, and water. Instead of Jabu Jabu's belly, however, the Lakebed Temple bears a striking resemblance to the Water Temple, both in layout, puzzles, and appearance, making it likely that it is the same location.
Oh, really?
They both are underneath Lake Hylia.
All right, so Ben just ran by all 6 Tektites. He's not trying to play that game
Tanked a little damage, but he's not trying to slice and dice. So these facts are coming from thegamer.com this week. Also, there's a lot of design regrets from AG Aonuma. He stated in an interview that the reception of the Water Temple has stuck with him quite harshly. And again, it's one of the reasons that he wanted to make the version for the 3DS. So if you are like kind of waffling back and forth, do I want to do the 3DS? Do I want to do it on the Switch? If you have both of them like I do, you might want to do it on the 3DS just based on the fact that he got to go back in and tinker with this dungeon just a little bit.
I think the 3DS version is definitely like the definitive edition, is what most people would say.
Yeah, the director's cut, perhaps. It's just a bummer that you got to play it on such a small screen. I'm totally spoiled with this Switch. And do you see yourself getting an OLED Switch in the future?
So I don't think he listens to this podcast, so I don't think it's going to be a spoiler. But one of my best friends, Danny, we went to college together, and we played video games all the time together. Well, his daughter Maeve is like 3 or 4. She's like right at that age where like she should be playing video games.
Get those sticks in her hands.
Yeah. So when I think I'm gonna get to see them in April, and I'm going to give them my old Switch, and I'm going to get the new Switch.
Well, I hope he doesn't listen to the podcast.
I don't think
because then his gift was just spoiled.
I know.
But if you do listen to the podcast and your gift was spoiled, then you have the gift of the podcast.
That's true. That's true. What's up, Danny? All right, here we go.
We got this big old blue and yellow chest, and we're popping it open, and we're pulling out the boss key. The boss-key walski peasky whiskey. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say yowski wowski peasky whiskey in reference to the boss key, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right, man?
I'm trying to get this. This fairy doesn't want.
This fairy does not.
Wow! I definitely ran by it at least like 4 times.
But apparently didn't run by it good enough. That is an Outcast reference.
There we go.
Yowski wowski, peasky whiskey. All aboard the Stankonia Express, the Underground Smell Road. Everybody's looking for an excuse to let loose. What's your locomotive? Humble as a mumble in the jungles of septum screams. You know Stankonia, the song with Erykah Badu?
Sure.
That's what I'm referencing. Outcast makes incredible music. I guess made incredible music. They haven't made any music together since Idlewild. We went and saw that movie together.
Dude, that was an amazing experience. I loved every moment.
That was an amazing experience.
Patrick and I
Idlewild
definitely bonded over Outcast growing up. So.
Yes, we did. The Love Below came out.
Shout out to Patron Tommy Y. He and I went down to the CD store the day that came out, and we split the CD. They're like, well, it's a 2-pack, so like we'll go in halvesies, and you can keep like one of the disc, and I'll keep one of the disc. We can kind of switch back and forth. We drove around bumping that then for like the next maybe a couple hours. And then we immediately bought a second copy of that because I was like,
The Love Below speaker box is such an accomplishment. You know, in retrospect, they had made
Hyrule Podcasters.
All right, I'll take that as a sign. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next week.
Bye. Peace.
Should we actually end the episode that way?
I mean, with an intro, that will be like a almost hour-long episode, so.
Yeah, but we haven't said all the stuff we do. We haven't done a proper recap that we promised we'd do.
What do you mean?
So here, I'll pitch to you. Check it out.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I'm doing a little research on this giant's knife right now.
All right.
I feel like it's definitely at least exciting that we got a new weapon. We slayed our
Odd Conduit Media.